What's up, everybody? You are very welcome along to tonight's stream. There is a load of information for us to process and get through. But first and foremost, as I always like to do, I want to check in on everybody, see how you're all feeling. It's great of you to take your time again to come and join us tonight, ladies and gents. We really do appreciate it. I remembered to turn my microphone on today, so boola buzz for Craig. Finally got something right. The amount of times lately that I've come on here and I've not put my microphone on, it's embarrassing, if I'm being quite frank about it. It's embarrassing the amount of times I've done it. Hello Aidan, hello everybody that's coming in, lovely to see you. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you guys have been keeping an eye on the news. We're going to try and keep this as fun filled and as factual as we can. Going to talk about things purely from a football perspective, of course, but we do take our social responsibility really, really seriously. So it's lovely to see so many of you tuning in and joining us tonight. Thank you so much. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope all your families are well. I hope you're taking all the precautions that are being advised of you. But let's come on and have a bit of fun tonight. Do you know what I mean? We are broadcasting live right now, ladies and gentlemen, on dual platforms as we always do. We are on YouTube and we're also, of course, over on Hot Mic. So again, I want to start off the stream by saying we're going to do a bonus half hour of content on Hot Mic tonight from 10 o'clock. So we're going to finish up a YouTube stream then and go over and do a bonus half hour on Hot Mic only. So if you haven't downloaded that app, please do look in the stream description or go onto the Google app. The Google App Store? No, Craig. The Google Play Store or the App Store. Search for Hot Mic, HOTMIC, 2 words, and then put in the code Anfield Agenda as it shows on screen there. Hello to all our members as well. I hope you're all keeping well. See Far Isles in the house, Bernadette's in the house, David Jones is in the house, and many other members. Look, the big news I suppose to start off with tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is that UEFA have postponed Euro 2020 until the summer of 2021. The Euro playoffs that were due to take place this month have been penciled in for the June international window, but of course that is all subject to a possible change. But as things stand, there seems to be a really good appetite across Europe for them to finish the league title, for them to finish the league campaigns, for Liverpool to go on and finally win that league title. It's good news. It's good news, and it seems to be a consensus right across the board in Europe that all leagues want to finish. All leagues are very conscious of the integrity of finishing their league campaign. So this does allow it to be pushed back until a possible finish at the end of June, if needs be. Now, why do we keep talking about the end of June? As I've said before, June 30th is when players who are going out of contract, those contracts are up. So from a Liverpool perspective, Adam Lallana, Nathaniel Klein, etc. Those players will technically be non-Liverpool players come the if they go past June the 30th. So that's kind of where we're at right now with regards to the leagues. As we do know, the Premier League are having a meeting on Thursday. I think ongoing meetings will be taking place, but I believe their first one is on Thursday. Again, though, the appetite from everybody seems to be that let's get these league campaigns finished. The Copa America, which was due to take place in Argentina and Colombia this summer, has also been postponed until next summer. That's where we are at the minute with regards to the league. There's so much more for us to get through. I want to go in and read all your comments as well, ladies and gentlemen. See Joanne Fisher's in the house. How are you, Joanne? And happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Do you know what? I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day, Joanne. I forgot it was Paddy's Day. I've been so up to my eyes with other bits and pieces that I absolutely forgot that it was Paddy's Day today. There you go. Thankfully, not many people I've seen are aware of or out celebrating. They're doing the sensible thing. Is Robertson leaving to join Leeds? Why on earth would he? That's like, ask yourself that instead of coming on and asking me, mate. Well, and again, Freddie, this isn't a dig at you, pal, but instead of coming on and asking me, is Robbo leaving to join Leeds? Do you think Andy Robertson wants to leave Liverpool to join Leeds, mate? What would possibly make him make that move? It doesn't make any sense. So no, I think we could file that one in the bullshit file. Does this mean the Premier League will start on April the 4th? That's a very good question, Casper, and the honest answer to that is nobody knows. This situation is still developing on a daily basis. I always thought that April the 4th was a placeholder. I can't see it realistically starting again on April the 4th. But I do think we can be confident that the league campaigns, both, all league campaigns, because it's easy for us to look at this from a Liverpool-centric point of view and people to go, oh, yeah, there you go. They want Sorry, I'm confused by somebody's comment. They want the Liverpool fans want the league to finish, and they don't give a shit about other clubs. That's not true. That genuinely isn't true. We want the league campaign to finish, of course, because we want to see Liverpool go on and be crowned Premier League champions. But the integrity of the leagues are very important here, because it's easy for us to talk about, I'll just give the title to Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? We're 25 points, can you just give it to us? It's not that simple. There are Champions League places up for grabs, there are the relegation and promotion places up for grabs, and then the impact has to be taken into account that this is having on football clubs lower down the pyramid. I mean, the National League have today stopped all games as well, which is good news. It's about time that they've done that, to be fair. It's they're a little bit behind the curve, so they played some games of the weekend, but they've now stopped as well. So basically all levels in England have stopped playing football now, and rightly so. Over the hot mic, Oliver said, how are you doing, Craig? I'm okay, thank you, mate. I'm just trying to keep busy, and see, I'm somebody that doesn't go out too much, mate, so these social distancing things and staying indoors, they're not really affecting me too much, because I'm not a very social person anyway. MKD says, hey Craig, how are we all? Love from New York City. Love right back to you, my friend. Thank you very much for being with us. Right, what have we got over on the YouTube? Let me get to your comments. We'll win the league title in June, said Patrick Silk. And about that, we're going to be talking for a half an hour on Hot Mic today about one subject and one subject alone, and that will be the potential kit deal with Nike. How is that going to be affected? So that's what we're holding back. That's what we're going to be talking about on Hot Mic from 10 o'clock. So again, I urge you to download that app, put in the code Anfield Agenda as shown on screen, and give us a follow on there as well. If you are watching us on Hot Mic right now, ladies and gentlemen, please do me one small favour. Hit that share button and let people know that we're live. Let people know that Hot Mic exists. And hopefully we can try and get more people over to the party. Right, so look, ladies and gentlemen, how are we all feeling tonight? How are we all keeping? Is there any of you guys in isolation, self-imposed isolation at the minute, or self-isolation? My own mother and father-in-law have been forced into self-isolation because somebody on their flight over to Malta has tested positive, so they had to take all the necessary precautions. Sean, Sam said, Sam Health Hall, hey Craig, I'm new. Sam, welcome my friend, lovely to have you with us. I think you'll find that you'll get a warm welcome from the people in the chat, buddy. Do I think the league will still be voided? No, I never believed, Carl. Is it Carl the Broncos fan? Welcome, mate. I never believed that the league would be voided, mate, because there would be too many legal challenges. I mean, Cash Boyle, a friend of mine who came on the other night, spoke brilliantly about this. She has a legal background, so she was kind of able to give us a bit more of an insight into quite how many legal challenges there may be if the Premier League and La Liga and every other league just suddenly said, right, that's it, we're drawing the line, they're all declared null and void. It isn't that straightforward. It's actually probably the most complicated way of sorting this out than any of the other ways that have been suggested. So I never personally believed that the league was going to be voided. I think even Karen Brady has backtracked a little bit on what she said. Delirious Dunderhead said, unprecedented scenes. Yes, it is and it isn't. I mean, let me just put something into perspective for everybody. I'm not claiming to be a psychologist here, but it's important to know that in these times, the reason that you see people going and hoarding bread, the reason that you've seen people going and hoarding toilet roll, is because people are afraid. And why are people afraid? People are afraid because they can't see the virus. People are afraid because it's unknown. But most importantly, what I believe is that people are afraid because they have no control. And when we lose control, we go to do these things like hoarding bread, hoarding toilet roll, stuff like that, because they are things that we can control. Right now, everybody is kind of flying by the seat of their pants, and we're sitting back, we're trying to await all the news, we're processing it, but we're scared. Every single person on the planet is scared, but it's right to be scared. It's built into you. But take everything with a pinch of salt. And don't buy into the sensationalism. Listen to the governments, listen to the health authorities, but most importantly, just realise that we'll get through this. We will all get through this. Life will return to normal at some point. Just look after yourselves, but understand it's natural. Whatever you're feeling is perfectly natural. Are we assured the league title if the league is voided? No, but the league will not be voided, mate, unless things continue to go tits up with regards to the health of all the nations. 28 days to wait and see if they have an antidote. No, that again, Kate, will be incorrect. The antidote is going to take... Look, they've isolated the coronavirus, I believe, in Germany. But any anecdote or any antibodies or any, not antibodies, what are they called? Any antivirus is going to take minimum a year to 18 months because it has to go through all the chains, it has to go through all the tests, it has to go through all the regulations and everything to make sure it's safe. So again, I wouldn't be thinking along those lines for about a year minimum from what I can gather. UK haven't closed pubs, said Elijah John 5. Yes, that is correct as things stand, mate, but what they have done is advise people to not go to them. Now in Ireland they've gone a little step further, but I can only speak about things from an Irish perspective. Casper said AFTV are desperate for the league to be voided. I did see somebody sent me a screenshot of I think it was DT and Robbie talking about it, and they were saying that there's nothing else to be done bar voiding the league. Now excuse me on this, but I don't really want to take my fucking information from Robbie and DT with regards to what they should and shouldn't do with the Premier League. With all due respect to those two gentlemen, I think I'll wait for people in power to actually give us the fucking information rather than Arsenal fans who have nothing left to play for, praying and hoping that the season is voided. So with all due respect to those two gentlemen, I couldn't give a rat's ass what they have to say on this subject. What have we got? Vaccine, yeah, that's the word I was trying to think of. Yes, vaccine's going to take minimum 12 months, 12 to 18 months. Thomas McGee said, I'm going to get a diet chav. Do, mate, treat yourself to a diet chav, why not? Right, good news today though. There is some good news. Finally, there is a little bit of good news for Liverpool and the CIES Football Observatory. You guys have heard me talking about these guys before. They run statistical analysis on stuff and way above my pay grade. But they have concluded that Liverpool have the most valuable squad in the Premier League as things currently stand. Actually, scratch that, in Europe as things currently stand. Liverpool squad valued at £1.28 billion. Just the squad. How freaky is that? Like, if you consider what Liverpool was bought for by FSG when they came in and took over the club, I think it was around somewhere the mid to high 200s, something like that, maybe 300 million. And now that the players, the employees alone are worth £1.28 billion. Manchester City are second on that list with a squad valued at 1.24 billion. So very close to Liverpool's, of course, but yeah, look, that is good news for the club. We're obviously gone in the right direction from that regard. Carl, the Broncos fan, said it's in the best interest of almost all the clubs for the league to stay in motion besides the London clubs. Chelsea, to be fair though, mate, Chelsea have a good chance of qualifying for the next season's Champions Leagues, and if I'm a Manchester United fan right now, I'm wanting the league to go ahead as well, because they're currently, I think, at 5th place, if my memory serves me correct, with a very good chance to come back and pinch that place, or maybe Manchester City's ban is upheld, and that appears to be delayed, obviously. I think the Court of Arbitration for Sport have 14 cases already on the books, and I don't believe that a date has been yet registered for Manchester City's hearing. Now, that's what I'd read yesterday. I'm just looking through the chat because there's a few more people we wanted to make as mods, and I'm just checking to see if any of them are in the chat. Tracy Jane, is it Phillips or Phipps? I'm really good, thank you. I'm very good, I hope you are as well. Lols Beeb said, Craig, best case scenario, give the players 3 weeks isolation in case a week training and after that play behind closed doors. You say so easy. I don't agree with the easy bit, but I kind of agree with your sentiment. First and foremost, the players aren't superhumans. They are like the rest of us. They need to get the same care, love and attention and look after themselves and their families just like we do, as do all employees at the football club. And the smart money, in my humble opinion, would be that we do see football going back behind closed doors. Now, in my understanding of things, there's a myriad of reasons for that. One of them being that it will keep people entertained. Sport will keep us entertained. It will keep television companies with stuff to show. And I imagine Netflix is doing a roaring trade right now. But if they can get sport back, even behind closed doors, safely, it will at least get us back to some form of normality. Callum Crayson, thank you for the first super chat of the night, said, hi Craig, my work is now putting things in place for self-isolation to make people work from home. Feel weird about the league. Stay safe, Craig, I'll never walk alone. Same to you, mate, and your mum as well. I'm glad that you are able to work from home, mate, but thankfully I've seen governments now starting to talk about the fact that they understand that they might need to start putting their hand in their pockets and dishing out money to people, whether that be businesses, whether that be individuals, whether that be the self-employed. Buying Sterling was a massive mistake, said Freddie Mercury. Not for us, mate. We got a few quid from him, to be fair. Right, over on the hot mic, what have you guys got? Any questions over there before I move on? Because I've got loads of subjects to get through tonight, ladies and gentlemen, including some transfer news as well. Is the Premier League getting cancelled? Reardon wants to know. As things stand, mate, as I said, there's an appetite, and I can only use the word appetite because we have to wait and see how this develops, for the Premier League to finish, and all leagues across Europe to finish, and not just the Premier League, of course, the Championship and leagues below, because the integrity of these leagues is vital. Imagine what will happen if they just ended the leagues right now or voided them. There'll be legal challenges left, right and centre that could, and maybe I'm being sensationalist here, but maybe could bankrupt the Premier League to a degree. Bob said, hi Craig, is oil or gold a good buy? Mate, you can never go wrong with gold in my humble opinion, but look mate, just look after yourself is all I can say. Sheila, how are you, my friend? Sheila, what's Sheila got to say? We're stuck in our homes in California, day 2. I could bear it if there was any football on. Yeah, look, it's really difficult, isn't it? With no sport on, there's no denying that. And she said no bars open in California anyway. That's probably a good thing. We need to. The reason why they talk about self-isolating now, and the reason why they're talking about social distancing and all that kind of thing, is not to stop it, because they don't believe they can stop it right now. What they want to do is take the strain away from the health services in whatever country it is that you're living in, and allow them to flatten out this peak and allow the health services to catch up and get a steady flow of people into these hospitals that need the care, to make sure that countries can afford to give people, and I say afford, I don't mean that from a financial standpoint, can afford to give people the treatment that they need. So again, anybody, there's so much information flying around here. I'm no expert, you're no expert. We're all just on here having a chat with each other, trying to make each other feel better about life, and to try and talk about the Reds a little bit more, most importantly. What is that £5 at the top of my screen? It's a super chat, Tracy, that we got sent in. YouTube give you an option of super chats. Over on Hot Mic, somebody sent us a tip, which is really kind of you. I can't see who it is just yet, but I'm going to scroll down to see exactly who it was. It was Marcel. Thank you, mate. Hi, Craig. I'm worried about the league. Do you honestly think the league will be nulled? Man United fans giving stick. It's annoying. I don't know what will happen. As a Liverpool fan, this is a tough moment. It's a very tough moment, mate, but it's actually a Manchester United fans that this league gets finished, interest that this league gets finished as well, buddy, because if they don't... If it doesn't, then they're not going to get into Europe. They're not going to get into the Champions League probably, and they've every chance of getting into the Champions League. So if I was to put money on it right now, and this is of course a gamble like anything else, I would put money on this league finishing before June the 30th and all games being played. And they're looking at ways that they can perhaps get the Champions League and the Europa Leagues finished as well. But as I said at the start of the stream, the big news today is that UEFA have postponed Euro 2020 until the summer of 2021. The Euro playoffs that were due to take place this month, involving of course my national country in Ireland, have been penciled in for the June international window. But of course that could be subject to change, and the Copa America has also been postponed. It was supposed to take place in Argentina and Colombia this summer. That has been pushed as well to next summer. Can I suck your toe? I absolutely cannot suck your toe, my friend. But you go ahead and suck your own toe, mate, while you're at it. Why not? If you can get your foot up to your mouth like that, fair play to you, because I'm not in great shape, pal. So, yeah, me sucking my own toe, that's got to be a push. Me sucking your toe, that's defo not going to happen, my friend. Yeah, sorry. I'd imagine that you don't have nice toes either, to be fair. Hello, Lols Beeb is over there as well. Sell Mane, buy Jadon Sancho, what do I think? No, Marvin, is what I think, and I will elaborate on my answer, buddy. Why the need to sell Sadio Mane? That's my question there, in that scenario. Buying Jadon Sancho, if we can do that, tickety-boo, no problem whatsoever. But why go out and sell Sadio Mane? That, to me, doesn't make any sense. Callum, again, another super chat. Wow, thank you, mate. Said, don't want to win the league by default or by all other clubs voting. Also, don't want to work from home. Will miss my colleagues. None of us want the league to be handed to us. Callum, I'm with you on that one, pal. We want the league title to be won, and we want these games to be finished. And yeah, as I've spoken about, we do need to talk about the Nike kit deal and how that's going to work, and we'll be talking about that from 10 o'clock over on Hot Mic. As you can see, there is a sign-up code on the screen there. If you haven't signed up yet, it's free. It's free to download the app. It's free to use the app. It's in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. So yeah, there you go. Did Roger Mayweather pass away? Oh, that's terrible news if he did. Joshua, I haven't had a chance to keep up in the world of boxing, but if Roger Mayweather has passed away, then sincere condolences, of course, to the Mayweather family. I'm really good, thank you. Is it Mamaya official? I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. What does £5 buy us, though? A date with Craig? No, it doesn't do anything, Tracy. The reason people send in super chats like that, mate, is a couple of reasons. One, it gets their comment read because it goes up and it gets highlighted on the screen. And as much as we try to read through everybody's comments, we always read out every single super chat because people have put their hand in their pocket, and do you know what I mean? We deserved it. And secondly, it helps the channel stay afloat. It helps the channel exist and allows us to keep doing these streams. So all these super chats and tips and all these little bits and pieces help, as does memberships. And if you're wondering why some people have the Anfield Agenda logo beside their name, the likes of Joanne there, Bernadette Farrell, and you'll see them using emojis as well that most people won't have access to. Something like there's a Klopp emoji, a Craig's bald head emoji, C Senor, loads of those other bits and pieces. You can get access to those by becoming a member of the channel, and membership starts from just 99p or 99 cent. And again, if you want to join up, just hit that join button. Good news, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to be streaming for the next 4 nights in a row minimum. Tonight, you've got myself, and we're talking about all the UEFA news, the transfer news, and stuff like that. Tomorrow, I'm scheduled to be joined by Lee Gunner. I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's an Arsenal fan. Thursday, then, we'll be talking about the Premier League meeting. And on Friday, I'll be joined by Cash Boyle again for a chat about the impact of that Premier League meeting and maybe a look at the legal standpoints and stuff like that. Again, if you are joining us on Hot Mic, make sure as well to hit the follow button when you come over there. Signing up is brilliant, but make sure you hit that follow button as well and share the stream. Really, really important for us that you can share that. The reason I say that to you is Look, it benefits us from a financial standpoint. I'm not going to deny that, but it also benefits the app and it benefits awareness that we're on, that we're live. Every time I see the emoji of my bald head, it freaks me out. I'm not going to lie. There you are, Tracy Jane Phipps. Is it Phipps or Phillips? It is Phipps, is it, Tracy? Cool, with a super chat. Thank you. You were very, very kind. And I'm going to freak you out a little bit now, Tracy. I'm going to tell you that you're using an Apple device. And you're probably wondering how the fuck I know that. It's weird because every super chat that comes from an Apple device ends in like 99p or 99 cent or whatever it is. Sam said you're a legend. Thank you, mate. You're a legend. I hope everybody's health is okay, first and foremost. I have seen a few things in the chat go up and down to say that some people have had to self-isolate. Some people have been confirmed, they've said it in the chat. And I'm going to take everybody at their word because I'm assuming you're not going to just lie about this for the sake of it or to get some attention. Would I accept Real Madrid 140 million Mane bid? No, Benjamin, I would not, mate. And I know the bid that you're talking about. There has been some articles suggested that Zinedine Zidane has made Sadio Mane one of his top priorities, and that a potential bid of £140 million is incoming. £140 million does not buy you Sadio Mane, mate. Actually, Liverpool won't sell this summer. I've always said that I think one of the front three may move on next summer, and by next summer I mean the summer of 2021. And if I was pushed on that, I would say the most likely to go, again, I'm just a fan, I have no inside information, I would say Mohamed Salah is the most likely to move on in the future. How is my son, as Pat Moynihan? He's flying, mate, absolutely grand. Just had a bath and now he's up in bed, but he's good, all healthy, we're all taking our temperatures, no sign of any coughs or anything like that. Jack said he's self-isolating but got to make more videos for YouTube. There you go. I mean, that's, as we've said before, the social aspect of all this is really important to us as well, because we're well aware that, like myself and my family, I wouldn't go as far as to say we're self-isolating, but we haven't really left the house. And will continue to do so for the foreseeable future as well. Just to take every precaution possible, because like everybody else, we want the spread of this to at least slow down. 140 million would only buy one leg, said Kate, and I agree. Right, back over to Hot Mic. What are you guys thinking over there before I move on to the transfer news? Do I forgive Michael Owen? Well, I've got nothing to forgive Michael Owen for, but yes and no. I mean, he has certainly endeared himself a little bit more in the way that he's spoken about the reasoning that he joined United, the reasoning that he didn't come back to Liverpool, and I would always give him tremendous credit for the honesty in which he's spoken about that, but he still fucking signed for Manchester United, mate. I mean, whatever about the Madrid stuff, the United stuff for me is where I draw the line, to be honest. But he was amazing when he played for Liverpool, there's no doubt about that. Craig, can you see my comment? Oh, yes, mate, I can. That's it's always a go-to for people who want to see if I'll read out something they have to say. Reza, please stop posting it, mate. I know you're trying to get an answer, but I've given you one now, so please stop spamming in there. Craig has tats. Firstly, I don't believe that what you're saying is true. And secondly, mate, I'm not the person to give you any advice. All the advice that you need, if you are indeed in the situation that you claim to be in, is available on your local government health website, and speak to your medical professionals, mate. I'm not able to give you medical advice, far from it. Hoping to see Timo come to Liverpool, said Darkness03. Again, if I was to put money down, and I do like an out bet, as you guys know, I would be saying that Timo Werner will end up at Liverpool. That's where I feel right now. Wijnaldum, yes, there is talk of Gini Wijnaldum as well. There's a little bit of good news on that front. Let me just get my notes open. So it looks like Gini Wijnaldum could be close to agreeing a new deal with Liverpool, keeping him at the club until 2023. His current deal expires in June 2021, and I believe that it was a journalist called Nicolas Shearer that broke this story, I think, on Twitter. So look, we always said that there was no reason why Wijnaldum wouldn't stay at Liverpool other than the length of contract, because that seemed to be a little bit of a sticking point, because he's 29 years of age, turning 30 years of age, and it was always just about the length of the contract. It was never going to be about money, it was never going to be about ambition for the club, and I don't even think it was going to be about playing time with Gini, because in the go-to games, Klopp turns to Gini Wijnaldum because you know what you get from Gini. You get a solid performance out of Gini, and he says himself, Jurgen Klopp has turned him into an all-around footballer, an all-around midfielder, and it's lovely to hear that from Gini. And again, it's great to hear that he's most likely going to sign a new contract with the club until 2023. Brilliant news. 3 more years of Gini, yes please, thank you very much. If you're watching on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do. We're on the road to 40k, albeit slowing down with no football in action, but we do appreciate you guys coming over and showing us your love and respect and good wishes and everything in between. So please do hit that subscribe button as well and drop a like on the stream. Can you see Rooney's suggestion? I thought it was one of the better ideas. I did read the article, Neil, about Wayne Rooney. I just can't remember for the life of me what he was saying, mate, because I've read so many different bits and pieces from so many people where there's so many opinions out there that I can't remember what it was Rooney was saying. I remember he spoke about young footballers needing more education towards social media, but other than that, I can't remember what his thoughts were about the league campaign. Evan Rule said, Kai Havertz to Liverpool. Everything that I've read, Evan, suggests that Kai Havertz hopes that Bayern Munich are going to come in for him and that he gets that move from Leverkusen to Bayern Munich. I've also read, though, that Bayern Munich don't think that he's worth the valuation that Bayer Leverkusen are putting on him, which I believe is around £80 million. I think they believe there might be better value to be had elsewhere. We'll have to wait and see. There won't be a shortage of clubs inquiring about Kai Havertz for certain. I've seen him linked to United. I've seen him linked to Chelsea. I think I've seen him linked to Liverpool, Bayern Munich. And another transfer that looks like it's moving a little step closer and was closer last summer seems to be the Donny van der Beek to Real Madrid. That has come up again and again as well. And as Casper has said, Leon Bailey has also been linked to Liverpool. Now, the news that I said I had and the things that I wanted to talk about with regards to transfers were unfortunately outgoings. And that's something that I'm going to move on to now. So the Mirror report that Spurs and Arsenal could both go head to head in a bid to sign Reds defender Dejan Lovren. There's also a report saying that Klopp is looking to offload Divock Origi, Shaqiri, Karius, Nathaniel Klein, obviously whose contract is up anyway, and the surprise name on that list that was out today, Naby Keita. Yes, that list, I don't know how true it is, but it is being reported in the media. The names on that list, Dejan Lovren, Divock Origi, Shaqiri, Karius, Klein and Naby Keita. I'm really torn on that list, ladies and gentlemen. Lovren, I agree. Shaqiri, I agree. Karius, I agree. Klein, no choice over his contract's up. But it's the Naby Keita and Divock Origi part of that list that doesn't sit well with me, particularly Divock Origi. Divock Origi could have walked. Divock Origi could have left his club for nothing, but signed a new deal. And I still think there's more to come from Divock. Maybe I'm blind to this. Maybe I'm being blinded by his heroics last season and the big goals that he scored. But for me, Divock Origi, I shouldn't be sold this summer. I really don't think so. The Naby stuff, though, I'm really intrigued on both platforms, Hot Mic and YouTube, to hear what your opinion is on the Naby Keita situation, because I know a lot of Liverpool fans are torn on there already. Also, as Connor's posted into the chat there, our Instagram account, we're going to be more active on Instagram. We've made a promise to ourselves to start posting more stuff on Instagram. So if you do want to give us a follow, there's a link in the chat there. If you want to search us, just search our name, Anfield Agenda, and you should find us, because our handle is at Anfield Agenda anyway. Same on Twitter if you're a Twitter user. Connor said, our own Connor, unless Origi actively wants to leave to play regular football, we should keep him. Yes, now there is that, and I haven't really thought about that side of it, mate, because I suppose in my head, once he signed that contract, he was happy. So yes, maybe Divock Origi would like more playing time, in which case, how much is he worth? How much is he worth, ladies and gentlemen? How much do you think Divock Origi would bring into Liverpool if he were to be sold? Now bear in mind, a footballer like Origi only hits his peak between maybe 26, 28 years of age, something like that, and he still hasn't reached that age. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that one. Sam said, love the chair. Thank you, buddy. Comes from a company called Serendipity Furniture. It has the Liver Bird embroidered on the chair as well as my surname. It's a class piece of kit, mate. I love it. It's one of the favourite things that I own, and I'm very grateful to Serendipity Furniture for looking after us. There is, again, you can find them on Instagram, you can find them on Twitter, you can find them on Facebook. Serendipity Furniture. Paul and Beth, it's a family-run company, and they're lovely people to deal with. They really are. Right, so what have we got here? Jack Page said 35 million. Kate said 50 to 60 million. John said 35 million. Casper, 30 million. Brian Morrissey, 28 million. Very precise, Brian. I like it, mate. Shay Trainer said 25 to 30 million for Divock. Simon reckons 25. Let's go over to Hot Mic and see how everybody feels over there. Somebody's asking me to unban them from YouTube. Send me in your username and we'll have a look, mate. I don't know what your username is on YouTube. I don't know if it's the same as it is on there. Connor will have a search for it right now. Origi probably wants to be first team, said Liz. PJ lad, how are you, PJ? Said I ain't selling Origi under anything other than 45 mil. Yeah, I'm going through the chat here, and it seems to range from Brian Morrissey's 28 million right up to Sam's 60 million there for Divock. I don't know where. I'm probably in the 30 to 40 range myself personally, if I was to guess on what a valuation of Divock Origi would be. I agree with Nick Muller. Can all people please stop talking about the Premier League being void? All leagues are going to finish. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. And there's an appetite for all those leagues to finish. It's just about seeing how this virus goes and seeing if the players are okay. Anyone that needs to self-isolate gets the chance to do that. And then they might look at playing behind closed doors. But again, this will all unfold in the coming days and weeks. But what you can be assured of, ladies and gentlemen, is that we'll be here. We'll be here and we'll keep you up to date with what's going on. As I promised you earlier on, we're going to be streaming tonight, tomorrow, the next night and the night after that. Lee Gunner is going to be joining me for a chat tomorrow. Cash is going to join me for a chat on Friday. We've reached out to other YouTube channels as well. We're going to reach out to Dominic, who's a Manchester City fan. We're going to try and get more people on so we can get a bigger consensus on how this is all unfolding. Your username is EO24. I'm not sure if Crosby's heard that, but a little search there, Connor, to see if he is banned. EO24. Connor reckons 30 to 40 million for Divock Origi. Origi in a swap deal, said Ibrahim. Sam Southall said Origi is a brilliant player. I'm loving the support for Divock, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. I was hoping for this kind of support. Yeah, I don't want to sell Divock either. I mean, I think keep Divock. But the big question, and I suppose the one that might share and mix people a little bit, is Naby Keita. Where do we stand on Naby Keita? I'm not going to disguise it. I'm a fan. I just hope that he can find a way to stop getting injured. And I know he's not intentionally getting injured, but I wonder if it's the rigours of the league, if it's the training, if he needs to bulk up a little bit. I'm not sure. But for whatever reason, I believe in Naby Keita as a footballer. I've seen the glimpses of what he can bring. So for me, I hope that Naby Keita can stay fit. I wouldn't sell him personally, but that's just me. Are the FA meeting tomorrow? Yes, there are a meeting of the Premier... No, I know the Premier League, are meeting tomorrow, Elijah John 5, but I imagine that the FA will probably have a voice in that conversation. Wisdom Argentina, and I want to reiterate what he's saying as well, and of course get right behind him. Blaise Matuidi, the Juventus player, and Roberto put this in earlier on as well, has tested positive as well, so we wish him a speedy recovery, of course. What have we got? So Craig has tats. It's weird reading that name out, mate. Said he needs to tackle harder, sell him and buy Partey. Why? Because he had one good game against us. Have you watched, honestly, mate, hand on heart, have you watched Thomas Partey play a lot of games for Atletico? Because I have. And I think that he is no better. And I think that he's not even a similar... You can't compare the two types of players. Thomas Partey is probably a little bit more of a midfield enforcer, sits a little bit deeper, whereas Naby Keita is able to play in what I like to call an 8.5. So in between the midfield and the attack. So I wouldn't compare them as footballers. Origi could be sold for 69 million, said Nathan. That's a lot of money, mate. Especially if you're seeing like Timo Werner available because of his clause for maybe 51, 52 million pound. To ask for more for Big Divock. I don't know. Football market is mad, and you can never rule anything out when you've got Michael Edwards taking care of the transfers. We should buy Oblak. Why? We don't need Jan Oblak. I mean, Jan Oblak is an absolutely amazing goalkeeper. But when we were looking into the goalkeeper situation, it was probably Jan Oblak or Alisson Becker that were up the top of that list. And Jan Oblak, whilst he is an amazing shot stopper, an amazing goalkeeper, commands his box really well, does everything right, doesn't have the levels of distribution that Alisson Becker has and that he brings to our team. So he's not going to come and challenge. He's not going to come and play backup. So as good a goalkeeper as he is, we don't need him. Is the honest answer, mate. We do need another goalkeeper. It's clear that Adrian, with all the best intentions, can't really be relied upon for prolonged periods. I wish I could say otherwise. I don't want to be on here being negative about Adrian or any Liverpool player. Keane, thank you, mate. Love you too. Really kind of you. What do I reckon the odds are of the season being null and voided? Less than 5%. That's a guess. Of course, none of these things are quantifiable at the minute, but it would flabbergast me if the season was null and voided. It really, really would. Nathan said we should buy a backup goalkeeper, and that, my friend, I would absolutely agree with. We've been linked to Ergücan Kikir, who's a Trabzonspor keeper, but there was talk that Trabzonspor were going to be looking for as much as 30 million quid for him, and I'd read an article that suggested that might be a bit too rich for Liverpool's blood with regards to bringing in a backup keeper. How would I feel if Raul Jimenez comes to the Reds? He's a very good player. Atletico Madrid is where I believe I'd seen him linked with Sam. Yeah, he's a workhorse. He's a good player. There's no denying that. I'd rather Timo Werner though, and I have seen him linked with a move to Germany. I think he even maybe spoke a little bit about it himself, but don't hold me to that. You think it's a 50-50 shot, Elijah John 5, that the league is going to be voided, even though every European league, UEFA, the lower leagues, every single one of them, without fault, say that they want the leagues to be finished and that they can push it back to June the 30th. The fact that Euro 2020 was postponed today gives more scope for leagues to finish, mate. So if anything, the odds have shot up on the leagues getting finished. Oblak should be our other keeper. Do you really think that he's going to come and sit on the bench? Or do you really think that... Like, think about this. How are you going to pitch that to Alisson Becker? Hey, man, you know the way we spent the world record FIFA, he was a goalkeeper. Yeah, well, Jan Oblak's coming in now, and you and him can fight it out. And one of you going to get to sit on the bench, have your international career probably ruined, and just sit there looking like a spa. It's not going to happen, mate. Come on, be realistic. Joanne said there would be anarchy and lawsuits if the Premier League, etc., was to be voided. Push Liverpool out of this. You have to talk about the relegation, you have to talk about the promotion, and it's easy for them to say, okay, well, push it up to 22 team Premier League next season, have no relegation this season, and then have 5 teams relegated next season. Okay, but what about the likes of Fulham, who've invested heavily in keeping players like Mitrovic? What about the likes of Preston North End, who are fighting to get up into the Premier League? What are we supposed to do with season tickets? What are you supposed to do with the TV revenues? All that stuff just goes out the window, and it just leaves it too open to legal challenges. Sam said, get Craig to 40,000 subs. Yes, do. And most importantly, get us to higher numbers on Hot Mic as well, ladies and gentlemen. Just a reminder, at 10 o'clock, so just under 20 minutes, we're going to be moving over to Hot Mic for a 30-minute bonus stream where we're going to be talking about the Nike kit deal and the impact of the league potentially being moved on that. So again, make sure you've downloaded the Hot Mic app. It is free to do so. It is available on the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. It's the Apple App Store. I keep going to say the iStore, which is what they should have fucking called it. But anyway, it's available on all formats. It is free and you can download it to any mobile device. Once you open up the app, it'll ask you for a sign-up code. That code is, as you can see on the screen there, Anfield Agenda, all capital letters, all one word. And again, give us a follow once you get over there as well. Nick thinks it's over. The league? I don't think so, mate. I think this is, again, it's all opinions, buddy, and I appreciate you taking the time to put yours in. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right and what you're saying is wrong. I'm just saying I have a different opinion. But that's okay. We'll all disagree from time to time. What is Hot Mic? Good question, Tracy. So Hot Mic, what I would have pitched Hot Mic to you a week ago, Tracy, is Hot Mic is an app that allows you to sync up air commentary direct to your TV. So if there was a game on, for instance, Tracy, let's say Liverpool were playing Manchester City right now and it was on Sky Sports, you could download the Hot Mic app and sync up my commentary, because I do watch-alongs of games where I do play-by-play commentary, up to your phone or your iPad or your speakers, and sync it up in time with your TV coverage. So let's say you've paused and gone to the toilet, Tracy, and you come back in and you're 30 seconds behind. Well, you can sync up my commentary to make up for that. So there's no spoilers, you're not a little bit behind. Our commentary is perfectly in sync with what you're doing. It also allows you to have a live chat function. It allows us to do live podcasting like this as well. And most importantly, downloading that Hot Mic app and putting in that code will help us to stay alive as a channel, will help us to continue to progress as a channel, and will help us to hopefully move into more permanent facilities as a channel. And it is absolutely free for you guys to do, but I promise you, each one of you guys that do this makes a massive difference to us. So I can't urge you enough. If you enjoy the channel, if you like the streams, give it a try. Do I rate Fernandes? As in Bruno Fernandes? Yes. He's doing a very good job for Manchester United, mate. One player of the month as well, so congratulate him on that one. He's definitely had the impact that Manchester United and their fans had hoped for. Begrudgingly, of course, I'm saying this, but, you know, I'll always give you my honest opinion. Freddie Mercury thinks he's trash. Limo's in the house. Mr. Granby, how are you, sir? Seen someone on Twitter today saying the Premier League would break $1 billion agreement with TV channels if they stop the season. Look, again, mate, you could be right, but I don't know the ins and outs of it, but there'd definitely be, the shit would hit the fan. Craig, can Hot Mic survive without football, or how can it survive? Yes, of course it can, mate. It can survive by people like us doing live broadcasts on there, putting bonus streams on there, maybe doing watch-alongs of other things, for instance. So if the UFC, as an example, starts to go back behind closed doors like they did with their last event, well then we're going to be covering that. We're going to be over there on Hot Mic covering that as well, whether that be from this account on YouTube or whether that be from a secondary account that we're going to be putting content out on really soon, which is called Crack On. And if you haven't subscribed to that, please do so. That will be linked into Hot Mic as well. So you're going to get loads of different commentaries from us, and live podcasts, interviews, as I've said, loads of bits and pieces as well. So this is where we get to showcase why Hot Mic isn't just for broadcasting games, isn't just for match commentary. We get to give you guys another view of it and show you what else Hot Mic can do. As an example, the political debates in America were on the other night. Joe Biden against Bernie Sanders for the nomination for the Democratic Party. There was broadcasters of that on Hot Mic where they were giving their thoughts on the debate. They were watch-alongs, basically, without a better phrase for it. So again, we can do this on anything. The beauty of that is on Hot Mic. If you guys wanted to do just showing this out there as an example, a watch along a Coronation Street, and you said to me, Craigo, we want to do Coronation Street. I'll email the lads a hot mic, they'll set up that, and then we can do a Coronation Street watch along, or a Gogglebox watch along, or if you wanted to do the Premier League years watch along, or anything along those lines, that's where hot mic comes into play. What's Liverpool's next game? That's the $64,000 question, Sam, mate. Nobody knows. As things stand, if the Premier League was to go back as scheduled on April 4th, it would be Manchester City at the Etihad, which will be very interesting, buddy, because I don't think that will go ahead at that time. But that could win us the league, because that's a 6-point swing if we were to beat Manchester City there. Megasting 1981 said, I'm trying not to, but I've already lost a bit of football love. I'm just depressed at what the virus has done to the world and people and how it's all changed. Well, firstly, mate, as I want to point out to you, take care of yourself. That's first and foremost. Try not to get too stressed about everything. I'm not saying that this is nothing, but it isn't the end of the world, and I mean that sincerely. Listen to the advice that you're being given from the medical professionals. If you feel like you need to talk to somebody, mate, then please reach out again to a professional. But know that we're going to be here, mate, and we're going to be putting out content and trying to keep in contact with everybody throughout this clusterfuck, because that's what it is. And together, our community that we've built, that we fought together to build for these last 20 months, together we'll get through this. Together we'll keep each other entertained and our spirits up. And I'm not going to forget about you fuckers. You know that. I'm here. And I'm here for the long haul. I've started watching chess, said Blue. Hey, whatever gets you through. I've been hammering Netflix out of it, to be honest. Connor in the Cop Council. How are you, my friend? Good to see you in the chat as well. I hope you're keeping well. What else have we got? Take care of yourself, said Tracy. Oh, I will. There's one thing you can be sure, mate. I will. Dave Smith, good night to you, sir. And I hope the dog has a nice walk. Don't forget to bring a bag in case he does a shit, mate. Nothing worse than people who don't lift up the old dog poo. Is the league ending? No. By ending you mean voided as in finished? No, not as things stand, Ross. There was a meeting took place today with UEFA. They've postponed the Euro 2020 until next summer. And again, all I can say is that there is a huge appetite amongst all the leagues that the clubs finish their campaigns, and that's why they pushed it to give us this scope until June the 30th. Callum, good night to you, mate, and again, thank you so much for the super chats earlier, buddy. They make a massive difference. If you want to sign up and become a member, ladies and gents, like Ella, like Dave Smith, like Megasting, like Bernadette Farrell, hit that join button there and you can become a member of the channel from just 99p. You can get that little shield beside your name, and that changes colour depending on how long you're here. So Dave Smith, as an example, Dave has a silver shield because he's been with us at least 2 months, or a silver Anfield Agenda logo. Ella has a bronze one because she's a newer member, and you also get use of all those emojis like the one Megasting used there, the Craig's bald head. We're social creatures. Yes, Mr. A, that is entirely true, buddy. We really, really are. Which is why football is so important to us all, because it's tribal, isn't it? We come together as groups. Again, for those people that are asking us to unban them on YouTube, please just let us know your usernames and Connor will try his best. Dominus, how are you, buddy? Manchester City fan, one of the best that there is. How are you, sir? Lovely to see you in the chat as well. I hope the family and yourself are keeping safe, mate, and all is good at your part of the world. As good as it can be, I suppose. Sam said we'll fight the virus together, stay safe. Exactly. Just take the advice that we're being given and don't stockpile. Get what you need by all means, but make sure that those that are vulnerable and those that are in need can also get access to supply. And there seems to be no shortage of supply. It seems to be that there's a lot of stuff out there floating about. Loads of toilet roll. Although I never understood why people stocked up on toilet roll when it's not really something that comes out your backside. You know what I mean? It's weird. I mean, to call me mad, but like Diet Coke should be the first thing the entire world stocks up on. Joking. Dominus said I was meant to go to the City Madrid game tonight, but I guess now I'm stuck to playing chess. Stay safe to you too. Yeah, I remember sitting here last night, mate, and we didn't stream yesterday, and I was thinking we should have been playing Everton. The Merseyside derby should have been tonight, and we should have been hopefully moving another step closer to winning the league. But look, we are where we are at this moment in time, ladies and gents. Again, just to run through what we've spoken about tonight, the CIES Football Observatory have concluded that Liverpool have the most valuable squad in Europe, valuing our squad at £1.28 billion. I always feel like the dude from Austin Powers when I start saying £1 billion. And Manchester City are the second on that list with a squad valued at £1.24 billion, which is close enough. Username is NRG_Exility. Connor, I don't know if you can see that, mate, but if you can, do your thing. What else have we got? We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. And now you're going to believe us. Go on, Billy. Get in there, mate. Well in. Apparently people stockpile toilet roll because the cardboard is made in China and people thought they'd stop making it. Just fucking don't put the cardboard in, do you know what I mean? If that's the worst case we're at, we'll all have toilet roll with no cardboard in it. It would be grand. I'll fucking use leaves, mate. I don't give a shit. I'll just go out in the back garden, shit and bury it. It'll be grand. Sam said his Aldi is quite empty, not much stuff. My wife has gone out and about on a couple of occasions to get the normal week shopping, and there has been measures introduced here, and I'm sure that they've been introduced in other parts of the world as well, and it's beautiful to see that the elderly and those that are most vulnerable to the virus have been given preferential shopping times between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. and I know Tesco have introduced that, Lidl have introduced that, and I believe almost every supermarket, and it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see that the most vulnerable in society are getting looked after, and they're going to make sure that these people are, that the distances are kept between them at the checkouts, that they have any assistance that they need when they get there, and carers and frontline people as well, of course, I think are in this, and it's beautiful to see. The aspect of communities coming together and us looking out for each other will make us stronger in the long term. Going through these shitty times makes better people, makes stronger people, ladies and gentlemen, and we will come through this, and we'll come through this better, more appreciative, happier people. I hope. Definitely coming through it, but do you know what I mean? I'm an optimist. I believe that there's good in everybody, and I want to see the best in everybody coming out. And again, one important thing now is we keep hearing the phrase self-isolation, self-isolation, self-isolation. People that are in self-isolation need human interaction, which is why I think these streams are really important, which is why anybody that's streaming, whatever your favourite YouTuber is, I know that like Gavin James, as an example, I think on Thursday is putting on a show via Skype or something like that, and he's doing that for free, but he wants people to just give donations to charities and stuff, which is beautiful. It's great to see people using their initiative. It's great to see people coming together, and you know, trying to make the best of what is not an ideal situation. Craig, I support Galatasaray, but you're the best Liverpool channel on YouTube. Thank you, Ali. Really appreciate that, mate. And one thing I will say, I'm not sure if you're from Turkey, mate, but I fucking love your country. I really do. It's one of my favourite holiday spots, and I'm actually supposed to go there in June. What else have we got? The Cop Council said the panic buying has been terrible in Wales. I honestly feel sorry for the elderly people that can't get out and get certain things. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, mate. And this is why we need to all be sensible in these situations. And those most vulnerable in society are the ones that need an arm around them right now. Well, not physically, obviously, but you know what I mean. That they need our help. They need our support. Right, over to Hot Mike. Jack said his cousin is in self-isolation. I hope that he's okay, mate, and I hope that he gets through his period of isolation without any issues. The doctor told me to self-isolate a while ago. I really appreciate your stream, said Liz. Thank you, Liz. And look, you know we've always pushed the community aspect of what we do, Liz. It's important to me that everybody feels involved in what we're doing on here. We keep saying this isn't my channel, this isn't Connor's channel. This is a group channel, ladies and gentlemen, and it's been your love and support that have gotten us to where we are. So if you've enjoyed it, please do hit that subscribe button on YouTube and drop a like on the stream. My wife has just messaged in to YouTube there to say Gavin James is doing a gig, as he says, from his gaff, love it, very Dublin word, on Thursday at 8 PM on YouTube. So any Gavin James fans, go on there, and if you have a few quid to spare, perhaps make a donation to the charity that's involved. Would I fight Mark Goldbridge? Why would I? I like Mark Goldbridge. No, I absolutely would not fight Mark Goldbridge because I have respect for Mark Goldbridge. I like him. He's been a very good friend to us and the channel. Always there for advice when I needed it. Yeah, so no. Why would I? I like Mark Goldbridge. Nothing but respect. Again, I keep saying to you, nothing but love for me, for everybody, mate. I want everybody to do well. Luca said, how are you today, Craig? 100 people have been sent home today from school. Look, mate, I'm of the opinion that schools should be closed right now. I understand the impact that has on parents at work and stuff like that, and it isn't ideal. I'm very grateful that right now the schools are closed in Ireland, and I've got my kids here with me. They would have been going on to their Easter break soon enough as well, I think so. And that kind of probably means that my kids won't need to go near school until the 20th of April, something like that at the earliest. Can you and Goldbridge have a collaboration? I've done streams with Mark before, mate. I've been on the United stand a couple of times. I think Mark's been over here 3 times maybe. And we will be reaching out to Mark as well, of course, because during this time it would be lovely to have a chat with as many football channels as we can. So Lee Gunner is going to be coming on for a chat tomorrow night. Cash is going to be coming back on Friday. And yeah, and we're going to reach out to Steve McInerney, aka Steam Company, We're going to be reaching out to Mark Goldbridge as well. I'm even going to extend the olive branch to Terry from the Football Terrace to see if he wants to come on and have a chat and bury the hatchet as it is and move on, because we need to come together. I keep saying this, we need to come together right now, and the only way we're going to get through this is as a group. Gonna win the league, say Kevin. Yes, right, heads up, ladies and gentlemen, in 3 minutes time we're going to be moving over to Hot Mic, where we're going to be talking about the kit deal and how that might be impacted by the league campaign being extended. So again, if you haven't downloaded that Hot Mic app, at 10 o'clock we're going to just cancel the YouTube stream, well, finish it to be fair, and then move over to Hot Mic for that bonus half hour's content. You can see the code on the screen right now to sign up with. It's Anfield Agenda, all capital letters, all one word. Make sure that you go onto your app store, whatever that is, whether you're an Apple user or you use an Android phone. It will be available. It is free to use. It is free to download. It is ad-free. You have all the same functions that you have on here as well with chat and stuff like that. Sophie Robertson said, Mark is a hater and would love to see the league voided. I don't know what Mark has or hasn't said, Sophie, because I'm not on Twitter anymore and I don't really keep up to date with social media stuff these days, but I've always found Mark to be fairly level-headed, to be fair. What have we got? Have I heard of Denveloper? Yes, yes, I have, mate. I don't know why that rings a bell, but yes, I have. Would you rather not watch football or support Man United or Man City? I love football too much, mate. I don't want to support either of those clubs, but like, football is a very, very big part of my life. I've said this to people before. I watch between 10 and 15 games a week when the seasons are in full swing. Bernadette said, Mark stirred up a load of hate over LFC the other. Again, I can't speak about these things because I don't know what Mark has or hasn't done. So, yeah, I don't know. Who's on Hot Mic, Connor? I'm lost now. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say our farewells on Twitter, and I will see you guys over on Hot Mic. Again, make sure you download that app, put in the code Anfield Agenda, and we'll see you over there for a bonus half hour where we're going to talk about the night kit deal and how that could be impacted by the Premier League campaign being delayed, I suppose. So, again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head off, and I really appreciate your time. Stay safe. Thank you very much. And over to Hot Mic we go. Right, Hot Micers, how the hell are we? Farewell YouTube, said Liverpool Agenda. Lovely to see you guys over. Again, this is your show, ladies and gentlemen. You let me know the things that you want to talk about. I'm just getting the screen all set up now, so I have all the information for everybody. 1 second. I need to just readjust a few things. Okay, I think... 1 sec. So many buttons, so little knowledge from Craigo. Right, Craig, your head looks like a tic-tac. Thank you, mate. Go fuck yourself is my first reply to your Craig looks like a tic-tac.